Okay, I'm happy to be live.
Rashid Thomas, the man. What's up?
All things Urban League.
All things Urban League.
Political landscape. This land is your land.
So let's get right to it. What position do you hold now?
Currently, I'm served as the Eastern Region Vice President for the National Urban League Young Professionals.
Okay.
I get to be help serve as a resource for 15 chapters from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts over to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which is Pittsburgh and Philly, down to the Commonwealth of Virginia,
Wow.
Which is Richmond, Hampton Roads, and Northern Virginia, and all the other chapters in between.
So, what initiatives are you guys working on right now?
Well, it is 2012, and some of the initiatives that we're working on, mainly with the National Urban League, is Occupy the Vote.
Gotcha.
A lot of states are enacting, 7 states have enacted voter ID laws, and there are 20 states with those issues on the books or laws on the books to be passed. Now, this disproportionately impacts minority communities and also elderly communities, to whereas they may require people to have an ID or 2 forms of ID or something of that nature. If we cannot change the laws in the country, we want to help people in our communities comply with the laws. So, State of Black America was released in March down in D.C., and Mark Morial, president of the National Urban League, talked about that. And so we're getting YP chapters to hold forums, just like today's State of Young Urban New York, to where we're talking about the political landscape, this land is your land. What does that mean for us? And we want people to be as engaged as they were in 2008, where 5 million new voters voted for the first time. Well, we want people to continue to have a voice. We're not saying who and how and why, but we want to make sure that they have the opportunity and the legal and fair opportunity to get that done. So if you, with these voter issues, why we're calling it Occupy the Vote, because of course Occupy is hot.
Right.
If an 87-year-old veteran shows up to the voting poll with his veteran ID, they're telling him he can't vote because he doesn't have a valid driver's license. But he fought for our country.
Right.
So it's not just my cousin who may not have an ID. It's people who have served and fought for this country that these little hiccups don't feel good. So we want to make sure that if we can't change them, we comply with the laws.
Your thoughts on Occupy Wall Street?
Occupy Wall Street. We've seen it in the Middle East. We've seen it throughout our nation over this, our history. As far as it starts as a murmur or a rumble.
Right.
And then it grows and it grows and it grows. I think it started with the 2008 election, or maybe even in 2007, but Occupy Wall Street to me is a symptom of a desire for change. And I think it's a universal desire that's happening. And that's why it picked up around. From my understanding of Occupy Wall Street is that it may have one issue, but there are many people that are aligning with it because they have their own issues.
Right.
I think people just want change and they want their voices to be heard, and I think we're moving towards something. We're barreling towards the finish line to where there's going to be something very transformational, I believe.
So this morning's panel, movers, shakers, and shakers. You had a Republican, a
Yes.
Democrat, and an independent talking about the political landscape. Your thoughts on today's panel?
It's always funny when you put those 3 in the room or something. You're going to have a mix. You're going to have questions where people are going to ask, and they are going to ask questions like, "Why is the Republican Party for Black people?" Which really ignite the room with a little laughter. I was glad those 3 elements were together because it really gave us a well-rounded look. I will say I took away mostly from the independent party person, Kathy Wright, who talked about opening...
Kathy Stewart, I believe.
Kathy Stewart, absolutely, who talked about opening the primaries so they're not closed in certain states so everyone can vote. I thought, if nothing else, that makes sense. Everything in our society becomes a business or there becomes an opportunity in it. So I think this morning's discussion cemented that to where people are, the 2 parties that are in power are continuing to run the operation and they can make the decisions for everyone when a lot of the people, what we saw also in 2008 election, the independents voted because a lot of people don't want to align with the certain parties because they're not happy. So it also, some of the takeaways from this morning were Senator Kevin Parker talked about
Keynote, yes.
Talked about how it is the political landscape does affect our banking and our housing and whatnot. Who's in charge of these committees? goes here, goes there, that make the decisions that affect us, it's very important. So last takeaway I got from that is that, how on a local level, how we can make an impact. Senator Kevin Parker said, you give $10,000 to the bigger campaigns, you may get a nice thank you card. But if you give $10,000 to a local affiliate, a local campaign person or candidate, you're on their speed dial. Your face is on their phone, and they know who you are because you've helped them. So it's really understanding what you can do at the local level and continuing to get engaged.
You're very passionate about what you do. So what's next for you? Is it just really focusing on these initiatives and what you guys are doing now as a collective group and organization?
By day I'm an HR professional, so I know that a lot of things have to come from repetition. And, as the National Urban League, we've been having this conversation for 101 years now, almost 102 years. So what I do know is that we have to be consistent with our actions. And as a national board member for the National Urban League Young Professionals and a member of the New York chapter, I get a chance to help with that repetition. I support President Jamar Ward and CEO Arthur Rice and our National Urban League President, YP President, Brandy Richard.
We have on April 4th.
April 4th, right, with Creme Magazine. And she
and
just
recently TV, yes.
Went to China, and it's going to be hot. You're going to hear about that.
Okay.
And you're going to hear about just all that she's doing and how she's leading the young professionals. And we're really excited about that with her. What I do know and how her team is supporting the nation is being consistent. We have these forums, but if you don't follow up on anything, then it was all for naught. And it's just reminding people that there is an opportunity to get engaged and to help change their political landscape, and that they do have a voice and they're more powerful than they think they are. Now, with that follow-up, sometimes it comes in an email, sometimes it comes in our Facebook, sometimes it comes in, Wave TV 45, that you can have a live stream, an outlet that reminds people. Sometimes they hear it today, there's a seed planted, they're busy with their lives, they're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, they're trying to make ends meet and get to their next level in their career. But it never goes away, the desire to make a change or to really follow up on what they heard and they learned about how they're more powerful. So we as YPs, as a collective body, are continuing that message and offering outlets and opportunities for them to be consistent and to make change and get involved.
So now, if there's somebody on the fence of becoming a member or not, what would you tell them in the many benefits of becoming a member?
Many, many benefits. I won't be colorful for this conversation because I can usually say, in truthfulness, a lot of people join the young professionals, which are 21 through 40. A lot of people join looking for a partner or a spouse. It's no secret. And I've always said over the years is that person who you may not speak to in the club because they're popping bottles or they're ganged up with their girls and you can't get a word in edgewise, when you see them volunteering, when you see them really giving of themselves, all of a sudden they become much more attractive. And then that's a benefit. And I joke about that, but in seriousness. But it also is just, aligning yourself with a mission greater than you. A lot of us as faith-based people or spiritual people know that there's a bigger source, there's a bigger universe. The Urban League movement, in my belief, plays into that. It's just as far as moving all of our greatest potential along. The Urban League is the oldest direct services-based organization. We always wanted people to reach their highest self. That movement continues to this day, and the YPs allow you to be a higher person. YP is the only place you can come in off the street and get exposed to high potential training. Some of us in our jobs, we don't get that until we get into the upper room, as I like to say. And it takes us 10, 15 years to get that certain manager title before they start exposing us to 7 habits of highly effective people. Well, guess what? With YP, you get that early on with project management, with learning how to fundraise. So if you like Celebrity Apprentice, when you become a member of the Urban League Young Professionals Movement, you become a YP apprentice. Sometimes you can sit in the back and just listen and learn and find your space, but if you really have a passion to get involved, we'll give you that. Sometimes the benefits aren't so tangible, where it's not, a discount here or something. It's access. We put you in the room with people. Once we get you in the room with people, we need you to network and work. There's scripture. Proverbs 19:17 says that a man who gives to God or lends to the poor is actually giving to God, and God is going to return his investment.
The law of the universe, almost.
Give and it shall be given unto
For
you,
sure.
or whatever you extend to someone else will be ultimately extended to you. So outside of all of those tangible benefits that people get, I do know that that's the benefit. That if your intention is to help someone else,
right.
If your intention is to sow a seed where you have a need, I know it will return to you. Last piece on that is that, I like to say if you're not a member of the Urban League Young Professionals Movement, you are out of your league. If you're not connected to history, if you're not an advocate for your community, if you're not empowering communities, and if you're not changing lives, you are out of your league.
Are you going to stick around for the panels this afternoon?
Absolutely. This is an all-day event. It's on a Saturday. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm with Creme Magazine and Wave 45. And you know what? I know that if I'm obedient, I'll say that. And I hope all the listeners can receive that. If I'm obedient and show up where I'm supposed to be, here on Saturday at J.P. Morgan Chase, there's going to be a miracle in store, and there's going to be something that happens that's going to spiritually benefit me, and which all translates into professionalism and translate into total life prosperity.
Rasheed Thomas, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you so very much.
You're the man.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, let me go get Kyle.
All right.
I hope I wasn't horrible.
Stop it.
You need some water? You want some more time, or are you good?
Yeah, just some more water.
Water?
Yeah.
Where?
I think it's in the other room on the to the left. So we just interviewed Mr. Rasheed Thomas. What's up, Kyle? So we have someone who actually attended the conference today, and we want to get his thoughts on what he thought about it.
Hey, Glad I did not see water in the other room.
Don't worry about it. I think it's on the other room. It's over here.
That over.
Yeah. Kyle, what's up? Come join us in the hot seat.
Oh man, you guys are serious with
You're lying.
man, you doing?
Yeah.
Is this the microphone?
Nah, the mic's right on the laptop.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go this way. There you go. So what's up?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. Kyle McCullers
McCullers is right.
of Rising Affluent.
That's right.
You attended the event, the first panel this morning.
I did.
What are your thoughts thus far?
Thus far, they've been good. I appreciated hearing from actual politicians and some folks who are looking to make some changes within the political realm. One of the women who was a part of the Independence Party actually resonated with me.
A lot of people said that, and why so? Why do you think that?
Well, as I went up to her afterwards and I told her that in in year 2000 was when I started to really pay attention to politics and I started to form my own political beliefs. And it was before I could actually vote. And at that point, I determined that I didn't want to be a part of a political party. I didn't want to register for a party. And I didn't once the time came and have since not been in a party. However, here in New York City, if you want to, as she said, play in the political realm and you want to vote and you want to actually have a voice, you need to be in a political party because the action is inside of the primaries. So I am going to most likely register for a particular party coming up for this next election season so that I can have a voice in the 2013 mayoral and city council elections in New York City.
So that's powerful. Now you have a great conference coming up in May. Your second one, correct? Rising Affluent. Talk to us a little about the mission about Rising Affluent.
Rising Affluent is only in existence to help young professionals grow and succeed in whatever arena they may be working in, whether it's politics, whether it's economic development, whether it's entrepreneurship, climbing their corporate ladders. No matter what it is, we want to provide information for them to help them grow and learn. Our first platform that we're using is large-scale events, and we have this large conference that we do for the second year at Columbia University that does just that. What we plan to do is to take it to other cities. We're looking at D.C.
Very nice.
We're looking at Chicago
Wow.
to take it to next. And after that, we have a couple of other concepts that we like to engage. But it's going to be a slow growth, but a steady growth.
Can you talk to us about some of the panelists that's going to be on?
Sure. We have panelists such as Demetria Lucas, who is a life coach. She's a relationship guru. She's an author.
Yes, we know Demetria.
We're going to have an international address by a good friend of mine. Her name is Jamila Payne. She's currently in South Africa, and she's going to just give us an address from South Africa about taking large risks, entrepreneurship, and growing businesses. Mm-hmm. We're also going to have a few life coaches who are going to talk about health, who are going to talk about taking care of yourself, achieving your goals, whether it's in the professional arena with your resumes and jobs and interviewing, or whether it's doing things within your business. I think I'm actually going to step from behind the piano this year and get out there in front of the folks and speak about a couple of things and give a bit of my story so that people can see who I am. I have a host of entrepreneurs who are going to be there, quite a few folks who are into real estate to help talk to the young professionals about buying their first home, some getting their second. Right. So it's going to be really robust.
And the first one was a great turnout, right? How many people you had out for that?
We had about 150 to 200 folks there.
Right, so you're probably anticipating the same, if not more people to attend this event.
Yep.
And is it an all-day event similar to this one?
It is. It'll be all day. We start at about 9 a.m., and we're going to run until about 4:30, and then we'll have a cocktail reception at the end of the day.
Okay. And so for next year's event, or the ones that you're trying to do in the cities, is it going to be in the same time frame in May, or you're trying to do like 2 events in different cities?
New York will be an annual event in May. From as long as the business is successful, New York will have an annual event in May on this particular weekend. Okay. When we go to another city, we'll do it at a different time of the year. So, say all goes well, we'll do one in D.C. in the fall of 2013. In addition to that, we'll do a couple of smaller events in New York throughout the year that culminate leading up to the large conference. And as we're able to grow, we can do events around similar times throughout the year. And this may even grow into one conference being a national conference, and each location around the country may be a regional conference, but that's yet to be determined.
What's the website again for people to register and check it out?
The website is risingaffluent.com.
And they could go on there and purchase?
See all of the panelists, see all of the presentations, see all of the speakers. You can see who the organizers are. You can buy your tickets for the conference. Right. Everything you need is there.
I see the vision, man, and I'm down with you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yes, sir.
All right. Kyle McCullers on Way 45.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, they had no water, so I just grabbed the closest thing. No, what you should get is Kyle on a personal note, because I was like very professional.
Oh, yeah?
We got to get Kyle over there on a personal note. Why don't you come back there and a little bit more personal, man? Talk about, I don't know,
like what?
Come back.
Music you're listening to, or just something different.
Come back. Let's have a talk.
Yeah. If you don't mind, have a chat. If you don't mind, Glad.
No, not at all.
Then after that, we got Miss Nicole over there.
Oh, she warmed up?
Yeah,
she's
bringing
me. Oh!
Her first question is, what's your social security number? She's going to give that up.
You might get that from me easier than me being
So wait, what question did you have for Kyle?
Like, what music you listening to? It's on a personal note, just so people get to feel, to learn a little bit more about you. They got the professional side, but what's the other side of Kyle?
So on a personal note, what music I'm listening to,
or what movie you saw recently, or.
So the last movie I saw that I really, really enjoyed was
there you go.
Was Men of Valor. You saw it?
No, but I wanted to.
I must say, Men of Valor was quite impressive. I didn't think I was really into military movies and things like that, but seeing the Navy SEAL teams work and some of their tactics was rather interesting. In terms of music, oh man.
Say it.
I keep quite a few artists on heavy rotation. Those artists are folks like the classic, of course, is a Stevie Wonder. He's always on my iPod somewhere. Okay. Jay-Z is usually always on my iPod somewhere, though some people in the room may think that that's ludicrous. And, I recently purchased a an album by a woman that I didn't really know of so much. Her name is, the group is called Florence and the Machine.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a very interesting sound. I heard her do Drake and Rihanna's song.
Oh.
She did it in her own rendition.
Nice.
So it led me to actually buy the album, and I like it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, I heard Nas coming out with a new album soon too.
What's up? When is that dropping? I
There's
heard
no
about
release date. He just had that single, The Dawn, that came out. He performed it at, I think he performed or announced it at South by Southwest.
How was
like
that?
Yeah?
How was it? I haven't heard it yet.
I see, I'm a
true lyricist, man.
I don't like to spoil albums. So like when my
You're gonna
favorite
wait.
artists, I'll wait. Like I don't want like people release songs like every day. I'm like, I'll wait. If this is an artist like I actually like, I'm gonna actually go out and actually buy it. I don't want to hear it. I like to buy the actual CD like way back in high school and hear it for the very first
Unwrap
time.
the CD.
Yeah,
put
the
it
packaging
in player.
and all that stuff like that. So I'm old school like that.
Okay, I can't
But
wait.
for like mixtapes and stuff like that, I listen to that. Day it comes out, I'm listening to that type of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
No doubt. So,
What about yourself, man?
me?
Yeah.
Music? I don't have time for music.
Movies, whatever.
Movies? I can't even remember the last movie I saw, honestly. I really don't remember. But I'm into movies that make me laugh. Like, the heavy, like, the movie that you mentioned, I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah, Men of Valor was not a movie to laugh at.
Exactly. I'm like,
certainly wasn't.
I want to have some popcorn. I want to chill, relax, and Men of Valor.
It was suspenseful.
Ah,
There was, I mean, if you just into like guns, shooting, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you have that, but it's controlled
Mhm.
and it's not, all over the place. Some of the things that they did in their tactics were pretty interesting to see. But no, it wasn't your laugh movie.
music-wise, throw me some dance music, and I'm good. I mean,
You sure you're not from Jersey? Because I'm from Jersey. That's what we do in Jersey.
I'm not from Jersey, but I'm on that wave right now. Just throw me some dance music, and I've done the whole hip hop. I'm just not hip hop heavy right now. Even though I listen to it and it's cool, but the dance music is what I'm really gravitating to and vibing to right now. Yeah, makes me feel good.
Cool. That sounds like fun.
Makes me feel good. So no water, huh? I'm not a big soda guy.
Yeah, they had no, at least not on the next room. Maybe downstairs or something like
That's
that.
cool. That's cool. Yeah. Thirsty. Drink anything, right? Yeah. So, Wave 45, man. Big things happening.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
This is gonna be big.
Now that we got you on the spot,
still being glued to
are we
my
going to be doing
iPhone.
this at a Rising Affluent event?
We're
Not
doing
even on
something.
camera.
We're
Yeah.
going to do something.
Yeah. And Nicole over here.
I mean, you see the
I
raw.
didn't know Nicole was down with you. She was like, "Yeah, I'm down with
Yeah, she was
Kyle.
like,
You
"Nah."
down with Kyle?" Like, oh, here we go. She runs my life over there.
She runs your life or ruins your life?
Runs it.
Okay.
She's good on following up and making sure I give her logos and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's good.
Yeah, man. So this is gonna be a big turnout, man. In May, it sounds like it's gonna be pretty big.
Yeah, I'm pushing for it.
That's good, man. That's really good.
Pushing for
Really
it.
good, man. Like the speakers you said you had too. That's gonna be like
Yeah, I just got
bringing people. You know what I'm saying?
I just got the owner of a polish bar in Brooklyn.
You were telling me about her last night.
Yeah, I like her because she was telling me about her business and how much time she spends on her business.
Yeah.
And it'll surprise you. It'll surprise you how much time she spends on her business currently. So yeah,
She could give some key insights on.
she can definitely give some key insight. She has 2 locations. She's working on thinking about doing an actual line of nail polish. And she loves Brooklyn. She just kind of wants to keep it there. I asked her would she think about expanding to other boroughs. She
Yeah.
kind of looked at me like,
Brooklyn is hard. She's in Fort Greene, right? The
She is, and
Yeah.
Park Slope. But
Yeah.
I said, you ever thought about Harlem? You ever thought about going to Queens? And she was like, I just
I
want
can see you doing good in Harlem.
She said, I just
No.
want to be able to walk to my locations. So
my God.
it'll be, I think people will really enjoy hearing her.
Most of the attendees who come to Rise and Affluent, what's the age group like? Are they right out of college? Most of the people.
Most of the folks are in their late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, our average age was somewhere around like 29, 30 last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so the psychographic of the folks that are there, those who are just looking to make a significant change in their life, and they know that sometimes it may come slowly. It may be within their corporate world. It may be getting a raise, a promotion, a new job. It may be in the entrepreneurship world where they're looking to go full-time at a business, grow their business, or just start a business. it may come personally for some, where they need a health change, they want to be healthier, or they want to start a family, they want to do something different to take their lives to the next level. Definitely. You know, usually those are the most audacious and ambitious folks.
Right. And having a dialogue constantly is the key.
Right.
That is the key.
Right.
I agree with you, man. Yeah, man. I'm down with it.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too many personal questions.
You look, I'm not sitting over there. I
Trillium.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah. Why is the sky blue?
Why is the sky blue?
I can tell you why sky is blue. That's my mind.
What's the secret of life? Why are we here? What's consciousness? All that stuff, man.
Well, we're here to create.
Yeah?
That's what we're here for. We're here to create and feel good.
Let's do it.
You know, that's what it's about.
Well, Kyle, you strike me as like a tech savvy guy. I remember yesterday you were
God.
checking in on Foursquare. Is there
I know where this is going.
Any particular apps you like? Oh, I'm not going to get on you yet. Is there any particular apps you like that maybe you want to talk about, or like how to use technology? Like, because I mean, like you're managing like Rising Affluent, which I imagine you're always busy. Like, is there any tools you use for like time management or like taking notes? Any tips you can share? Like maybe your favorite website to go to learn how to be more productive, or something like that.
I can share with you. On my iPhone, I have a group called Productivity. Mm-hmm. So it's Evernote, my reminders, my notes, my dictionary, and an app that I have called Note Master. I think I bought it for about $3 or $4, and you can take your notes on your phone, and it automatically syncs to your documents in Gmail. Mm-hmm. So if I need to have something on my phone when I'm on my way out, I'll just put it in a Google Doc really quickly and save it. And I can hit sync on my phone on the way out. And it'll sync with my Google Docs as long as I put it in the right folder. I'm currently on the market for a better to-do list. So I'm looking for that at the moment.
Do you use Google Tasks by any chance?
I do, but I would rather have tasks that sit like in an app that I can just punch. Google Tasks, I'd have to go to their site.
I think I may have something for you. Actually, if you, I'm going to scoot around just so I can get this on camera. There's this app called GoTask. Mm-hmm. Just so people don't hear like this mysterious voice. Let's see if all three of us can get in. Let's see. If possible.
I gotta come in the back. There you go.
Hey everybody.
Adrian.
From Wave 45 here. To do our little tech talk. Calm colors.
Here we go.
So there's this app actually, because I use Google Tasks all the time.
Yep.
But just like you. We got another person ready? Okay. I use Google Tasks all the time, and I was like, wow, I wish I could just get it on the app form. So then, here we go. You put it in here, and it automatically syncs with your Google Tasks. I mean, you can move stuff around as far as priority. You can create new stuff. It's a free app, and it's called GoTasks. It's absolutely 100% free. It syncs with your Google Tasks. It's pretty, and it's pretty seamless. Check it out.
Yeah, I will download it now, actually.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We're gonna hold that thought and be back with that.
We'll be back in actually 30 seconds.
TAS GoTasks.
Yeah, GoTasks.